I call the meeting to order of the Roselle Park Board of Education regular meeting of February 28, 2023. This meeting is held in the Roselle Park School Auditorium, Middle School Auditorium. It is an open session of the Roselle Park Board of Education held under the Open Public Meetings Act of the state of New Jersey. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Star Ledger, local sources, the Home News Tribune, the Borough Clerk, school offices, and the district website. Roll call, please.
President Harms,
Here?
Vice President Baimonte,
Here.
Susan Carlstorm,
Here.
Dr. Brittany Curtin, Cindy Mago,
Here.
Jennifer McCarr,
Here.
Chris Monroe, Constance Quintella.
Here.
Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the record show that Mr. Monroe and Dr. Curtin's show is present. Let it be resolved that the Roselle Park Board of Education meeting hereby conveys to executive session for the discussion of the following subjects: personnel. It is anticipated that the executive session will take approximately 60 minutes. The board may or may not take action during public session. The board shall return to public session following the executive session at approximately 7 p.m. The minutes of the executive session shall be released to the public when the reason for the executive session is no longer exists. Do we have a motion to go into executive?
Make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are in executive. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Can I have a motion to go back into open?
Make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Again, welcome to everybody in the audience. At this time, I will open up the public portion for agenda items only. Anyone wishing to speak, please go to the mic, and you have 3 minutes to tell us what you want.
Hello, Jody Foy, 429 Seton Avenue, and I'm just here to congratulate Aldine School, our principal, and the teachers who run our character council, and all of our wonderful children who are here to be honored. Congratulations, boys and girls.
Mark Fernandez, 114 Locust Street. I'd just like to address the issue of the staff termination in 4B. As a parent of a student in the school, I understand the meaning and the reasoning behind the termination. But I also want the board to realize that what you do is you open up yourselves to a liability when you don't give due process to people, and when you don't allow someone to explain or be themselves. You then present yourselves as a very biased board. And we just want to know how these things are being done with transparency. We want the board to tell us why these things are being done. And it upsets me because there are a lot of things in this latest board that are happening. And there are a lot of parents here today that probably have no idea what's happening because they're only here because they're getting awards tonight. But the parents here today should really know what's happening with this school board. Thank you.
Seeing no one else would like to speak, I'd close the public portion on agenda items only. Thank you. This time we'll move into the principal's report. Ms. Scully? Principal of Aldine School.
Good evening, Mr. Harms, members of the board, Superintendent Garrido, families and students. Thank you for inviting me to come up and speak about Aldine, one of my favorite topics. As always, Aldine is just buzzing with activity this time of year. Our standards-based instruction program is running strong right now. We have over 65 students who are participating in our after-school program in language arts and math. And this program was designed after analyzing student data and specifically targeting certain students who were close to or just passing our state test to give them a little extra support so that they'll perform even stronger on the test coming around this year. So we thank the board for supporting this program to help our students academically. Aldine has just created a partnership with Seton Hall University to facilitate student teachers at Aldine. This is specifically beneficial to Aldine as Seton Hall has an autism program in their special education department. So now we are able to secure student teachers and student interns who have experience in autism, are eager to work in that field, and can work in our ABA classes at Aldine. Currently, I mean, obviously it's also a benefit to the Seton Hall students because they get to learn from our talented teaching staff at Aldine. Currently, we have 4 Seton Hall student interns working at Aldine. February is Black History Month, and we've been recognizing this important month in many ways. Daily, we read and learn about important African Americans, and we connect their lives and their achievements to our students and talk to our students about how they can be like and emulate these important people. We have a lending library for teachers and students to increase the resources we have. And this year we created an integrated art project on the Harlem Renaissance for students in grades 3 through 5. So in the music class, students are listening to, learning about, and appreciating jazz music. And in art class, they're creating art related to jazz music. We feel like it's important that students learn more than just about important African Americans, but also get to experience and appreciate the richness of Black culture. Read Across America is going on this week, and we've had guest readers in all of our classrooms. Thank you to everyone up on the board who came in to read to us. The students love it when someone outside of school comes in and reads. The PTO is sponsoring a book fair this week, and we have books for every student so to ensure that everybody can build on their reading library. And the teachers are incorporating many activities in the classroom related to reading and the love of books. There's a lot going on in our character education program right now. March and April are the months where we are practicing the core value of acceptance. So as part of that, we're going to have a Wonder Assembly in a couple of weeks. This is based on the 5th grade novel, Wonder, and the assembly will include speakers with craniofacial differences who will present an interactive assembly to students to teach them about empathy, accepting differences, being an upstander, and choosing to be kind. We also are beginning our peer mentoring program in the ABA classrooms. Students in 4th and 5th grade are participating in a Laws of Life essay contest. This contest is sponsored by character.org, and the students will be selecting a value that's important to them, one of their own core personal values, and writing about why it's important in their life. Students who are recognized, I think there'll be 5 winners in 4th and 5th grade across the country. Students will receive a $100 gift certificate in addition to a $100 donation to the charity of the student's choice. So this is a great way for us to incorporate our curriculum writing standards on opinion writing, and also include best practices in character education. And part of that is also our Student Character Council, who I'm going to recognize in a moment. But I want to take a second to tell you about our Student Character Council. We have a 5th grade set of officers, and then we have representatives from every grade from 1st grade up. And our 5th grade officers applied to be on our Student Character Council by writing an essay about how they will incorporate the values of heart at Aldine and how they will use those values to make Aldine a better place. And so one of the service projects we're working on now is collecting socks for the homeless. We've also had a food drive and a coat drive, and the students have come up with all these ideas on their own. Right now, we gave the students an opportunity to do some problem solving and practice leadership. So we asked our 5th grade character council to brainstorm some areas in school where they think they could make an improvement. And one of the things that they came up with was they noticed that sometimes at recess, students don't practice good sportsmanship if they lose a game outside. So our 5th graders are going to be modeling at an all-school assembly how to play a game and how to lose in a game. And then they'll be outside at recess modeling for younger students the rules of the game and what to do when you get out and be a good sport. So we're very proud of them. And now I'd like to recognize all of them now for their outstanding leadership contributions to Aldine. Starting with Dwayne Harry. Dwayne, do you want to come up? Celeste Tobar. Valentina Vargas. Adorinsola Oyenia. Malik Gassama. Dylan Lewis. I'm not sure if Dylan made it tonight. Zaina Hashmi. Aubrey Durcole. Heidi Rhodes. Lucille DeBlasis Mindell. Zaina Hashmi. Camilo Pichardo. Uzman Gassama. Matthew Ferraro. Liam Dupree. Liam. Cardell Graham. And last but not least, Victoria Valpato. Congratulations, and we thank you for everything you do for Aldine.
Congratulations, all the students. Great job, and we thank you. At this time, since it's kind of nasty outside, if the parents want to take their children home, we're going to take about a 2-3 minute break here, to allow you to take your children home and do their homework
Read.
or read.
Read.
Thank you for coming. Okay, well, the remainder are moving out. I will turn it over to the, any committee reports.
President on. On January 26th, I was happy to attend a CPEG meeting. And at that meeting, Katia Lorenzo from the Division of Developmental Disabilities spoke about transition to adult services and employment unit. This is a division of the New Jersey Department of Human Services. The Division of Developmental Disabilities assures the opportunity for individuals with developmental disabilities to receive quality services and supports, and for them to participate meaningfully in their communities and exercise their right to make choices. The meeting was held virtually, and it was held and many people were included in the meeting. On February 16th, I was able to attend another virtual CPEG meeting, and it wound up being a parent roundtable where there was some discussion. So we look forward to our next meeting, which will be, I believe, Thursday, March 16th. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee reports?
Yes, President Harms, I have a committee report as well. I had the pleasure of attending the Sherman PTA meeting for the month of February, and they're doing some exciting things. One item that I want to make sure to highlight is that Sherman is in the process of completing the necessary paperwork to attain a bronze or silver level with the Safe Routes to School program. So thank you to Principal Lechner and our school board liaison, Councilman Johnson, for getting that process started. Once we have an official rank, it will allow Roselle Park District to become eligible for additional grant opportunities. And so I want to encourage my fellow board members to work with their respective schools as well to receive this ranking. And if you have any questions about the process, we can reach out to our school board liaison, Councilman Johnson, or myself to help. Additionally, Sherman is hosting their Read Across America Family Night this Thursday from 6 to 8, which is very exciting. And then I also have some updates from New Jersey School Board Association. So they had a meeting in January where they're focusing on 3 content areas for this year. three concentrations: content, connection, and advocacy. And so as far as content, they're doing a lot more with training programs. They're moving to in-person programs, and also specifically for boards, if there is a particular item that we want to be trained on, they can provide the training forward and create a program for us. As far as connections, a lot of the trainings are now in person, such as county meetings. New member orientation is now over the weekend, where you get a lot of information on how to be a board member. And then also developing partnerships across the state as well. And then their advocacy efforts deal with the governor's task force on public schools staffing shortages. And so right now, the executive director, Dr. Purnell, he serves on his task force, and it includes topics such as educator recruitment and training and supporting educators to improve retention. And so the report will be coming out in the next few weeks for us all to review as well. And then the next meeting for New Jersey State Board is March 24th at 7 p.m. And it is a hybrid meeting as well. So in case you can't attend in person. And then also on the county level, Union County School Board Association, their next meeting is on March 8th at 6:30 at Kane University. This is when they'll be hosting the Unsung Hero Award ceremony. So school administrators were asked to submit the name of a student who, quote, makes your school a better place simply because they are part of it, and who may often be overlooked under more traditional recognition criteria. So this is the opportunity to be able to highlight those students. And they will be receiving very, very nice awards, and there will be a reception afterwards as well. And that again will be March 8th, held at Kane University, for any board members that would like to attend. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, for the high school PTSA, they will be having their meeting on Tuesday, March 21st. It's at 7 p.m. in the media center at the high school. I don't know if anyone's seen on Facebook, but they are doing Egg My Yard again for 2023. And you can order on Member Hub on the high school PTSA Facebook group page. They're also doing a 50-50 raffle. I don't know if that's on Facebook yet. And they are having a social at the Union Elks on March 31st.
Thank you. Any other committee reports?
Yes. As chairman of the Facilities Committee, I just wanted to go over a handful of items and improvements to our buildings, to our facilities. As most of you know, the field lights are up and have been completed at the high school. They're working through some logistics and programming. They should be fully functional by mid-March. The high school and middle school, the hallways are a little brighter nowadays. They've been upgraded with LED lights. The gymnasium at the high school has also received somewhat of an additional facelift in terms of lighting with new LED lights. And some of you may notice the big hole in the wall at the middle school. That was for the installation of the cooling towers. Those cooling towers should be operational sometime towards the end of March. The middle school in Robert Gordon Field, that field is to be shut down sometime in mid-March to be fertilized and seeded again. The plan is to keep it closed through March and probably April, maybe into May, depending on how the grass is growing. And now for the parent that's been persistent about the seating in this auditorium. There is a we have some good news for you. There is a plan in place to replace the seating this summer. Along with that project, the floors will be redone. So we heard your concerns and we're working on them.
Just a little bit more to add to. Just a little bit more to add to that. The lighting in here, from what I understand, when they do take the seats out, before they do the floor, they're gonna be putting the LED lights in here. They're also, from what I understand, going to take out the fans up here and put some extra lighting up there to give this a little bit brighter area. I also hear they're gonna be doing the lighting in the on the gym or the stage back here. They're gonna be doing lighting in there. For some of you wrestling fans, at the high school, they have the center for the center mat. They started several years ago doing the throwback nights, and they do it here. So they're gonna have the same thing here. This is gonna get a makeover. And thankful to a gentleman who were persistent, but we had to come up with the money. No, I'm only kidding. But thank you for kind of keep on pushing. I thank you. Any other committee reports?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Ladies first, go ahead. Cindy could go first.
Thank you. Okay. The middle school PTA, they are having 8th grade cap and gown photos on April 4th. They're also in the middle of collecting from the 8th grade parents towards end of the year events. So if anyone has an 8th grader, they're looking, I believe, for $40 per student to pay for the end of the year trip, party, etc. If you don't have an 8th grader and you'd like to donate, go ahead. The student council is also selling Panther Crocs until this Friday. So if anybody is interested in getting some Panther Crocs, I wrote down the web address you can order from. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Definitely special thank you to Dr. Scully and the great kids at Aldine School for coming through for this student character council for coming today. Awesome things that they do over there at Aldine. There's a lot going on. I have to special shout out to the PTO for putting on a great glow party this past Friday. The families and the kids, they enjoyed themselves. The 5th graders currently have a Krispy Kreme fundraiser going on. On March 24th, they also have a sip and paint that will be at the American Legion. And on April 15th, it will be the Tricky Tray, and you can find all the information about tickets on the Aldine page on Facebook. Also, in celebrating Black History Month, I have to special thanks to Rosa Park High School Principal Ms. Costa for having assembly this year for the 9th, 10th, 11th graders. The students were very engaged, attentive, respectful, and well-behaved during the play and learned a lot that's not normally taught in history books, such as 9 months before Rosa Parks, there was a young lady, 15 years old by the name of Claudette Calvin, who was arrested by refusing to give up her seat on a public bus. It was a few teachable moments like that, and I hope the high school and Ms. Costa continue to do this every year going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee reports?
I just wanted to add to Chris, Aldine Tricky Tray tickets will go on sale tomorrow, so move quick.
Any other? Hearing none, we'll move on to the superintendent's report. Mr. Garrido.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, everyone. Just to follow up on the new seating here in the auditorium, we'll be selling these beautiful historic seats here for anyone that wants to take it to offset the cost as well. So here we are. I'm only kidding. As was reported by Dr. Scully and Mr. Monroe, the entire district has been celebrating Black History Month with a plethora of activities that included essay writing, novels, videos, discussions, website research, and the culmination, of course, was the very popular assembly at the high school. I really received very positive reports from that, and I thought it was wonderful for our students to be part of that assembly. Also, as Dr. Scully reported, we are celebrating this week, Read Across America. And many of our staff members actually are guest readers in the classrooms. Many community leaders have come and read, and I can tell you, I was at Aldine yesterday, and then at Robert Gordon. I will be at Sherman on Thursday. Our students really love to hear our staff and anyone read to them. So what I'm asking the families is to please continue that type of opportunity for the students to practice their reading every day or to read to them. It's really something that's going to pay off later on, because don't forget, children learn to read up to third grade. They read to learn after that. So the reading skills are very important. So I encourage all the families and the parents to please continue that routine of reading. Don't just make it a 1 week thing. It should be throughout the year type of routine. As everyone knows, NJSLA testing is back last year after the pandemic, and this year the calendars, or the final calendars, are coming out. I'm sure the principals will be reporting to you, and Ms. Bodek as well. And as Dr. Scully reported as well, we are preparing our students with many different opportunities for learning. We are, again, we understand that there was a learning loss, obviously through the pandemic. We're going to start seeing some of the results come up. Our staff and our teachers that are here and our administration been working very, very hard to make sure that the students continue the gain that we are experiencing now. The district continues to make a commitment to our students' mental health and our social emotional well-being. In this agenda here for the board will be approving a part-time therapeutic counselor at the middle school, which will be working also with different schools as well. We hope, we have received grants, obviously, and we're using those grants for both academic learning and mental health. Our goal is to continue to seek out more grants to provide our students with more mental health assistance. We know that it's lacking. I'm sure you have read in the newspapers, some of the incidents that are happening throughout the state and the country, really, after the pandemic. And we're very concerned about that. So we will continue to add as much assistance for our students as we possibly can. And with that, Mr. Harms, that's my report for the night.
Thank you. At this point, we will move on to the agenda items. Under personnel, agenda items 1 through 24 and addendum item 1. Item 1, staff appointments. 2, staff resignation. 3, staff retirement. 4, staff termination. 5, district substitutes. 6, maternity leave of absence extension. 7, medical leave. 8, additional lunch proctors. 9, revision of mentoring. 10, home instructors. 11, additional middle school and high school athletic proctors for 2022-2023. 12, additional high school extracurricular advisors for 2022-2023. 13, paraprofessional additional hours. 14, degree changes. 15, preschool parent workshop. 16, job description. 17, additional high school spring coaches 2022-2023. 18, additional standard-based instructional support program. 19, additional project-based learning, PBL. 20, additional high school proctors 2022-2023. 21, preparation and parent presentation. 22, curriculum writing. 23, elementary proctors 2022-2023. 24, additional high school proctors for 2022-2023. And under personnel, addenda revision of appointments. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on any item? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vice President Paul Baimonte,
Yes.
Susan Carstone,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Cindy Maggle,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Chris Monroe,
Yes.
Constance Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms.
Yes. Motion carries. Under education, agenda items 25 through 31. 25 ESL Title III Summer Enrichment Program. 26 conference attendance requests. 27 revision of professional services contract for 2022-2023. 28 field trip requests. 29 2023-2024 school calendar adoption. 30 high school and middle school athletic schedule, and 31 bedside instructions. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on any item? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vice President Paul Baimonte, Susan Carstone,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Cindy Maggle,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Chris Monroe,
Yes.
Constance Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms.
Yes, motion carries. Under business, agenda items 32 through 42 and addenda items 2. 32 monthly certifications, 33 approval of bills, 34 approval of minutes. 35 secretary treasurer's report, 36 Ignite STEM grant, 37 use of buildings and grounds, 38 summer camp staff discount policy, 39 receipt of staffing services RFP and award the contract it to be resolved, award the contract. 40 transportation agreement for 2022-2023. 41 paraprofessional services contract. 42 budget transfers. And the addendum under business cooling tower replacement project change order. Do I have a motion?
That motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on any item?
President Harms, I just want to correct you for 41. It's professional services contracts. You said paraprofessional, so I just want to make the record that it's professional services, not paraprofessional.
Thank you. I didn't realize I said that. Thank you. Any other? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vice President Paul Baimonte,
Yes.
Susan Carstone,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Cindy Maggle,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Chris Monroe,
Yes.
Constance Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms.
Yes, motion carries. We will move on to continuing business. Do we have any? Hearing none, we're going to move into new business. Under new business, tonight we have candidates that are, I'll call it interviewing for the, vacant seat on the Board of Education. Just want to explain how we're going to do it. We have 3 candidates and basically going in alphabetical order. I will ask 4 questions, the same questions to each candidate. After we have the candidates give their answers, the board is going to go into executive session and we will go into private and we'll discuss the candidates. Then we'll come back and either make a decision or not. So just so everybody knows how we're going to handle this. All right? So at this time, I would like to call Dr. Bowman, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm assuming that everybody was notified, correct? Correct. Okay. If he's not here, there's nothing we can do. Okay, I will move on and I would like to call up Lucy Figueredo.
Hello. Hi, I'm Lucy Figueredo.
Good evening. Like I said, I'll ask 4 questions. Please speak clearly, so we can all hear, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Why do you want to be a board member?
I actually love this town. I moved to this town because of education. I would like to be a voice and I can make a difference. I've tried to be on the board. I ran for the board. I figured 3 times the charm. I want to be on it. I have passion. I will not give up. I can make a difference.
Thank you. Second question, what specific skills would you bring to the board?
Right now, I am a director of operation. I manage inventory, accounting, sales. I focus on solving problems, time management, reconciling accounts, time problems. I do new projects. I do planning. I can do financials. I can help with, as I said, I deal with a lot of issues with people. I am a people person. I believe I can bring, I can solve and dedicate and help the board by speaking regarding my background, which is finance. I can help with parents. I have a great communication, and anything that you would like me to be a part of, I am 100% on board and would do anything that you would like.
Thank you. What do you see as the role of the school board member?
What I see as a role of school board member is they actually are the members that make our school and participate and bring out the curriculums to our children and protect our children and speak out towards not only for our children, for the parents. You actually help and guide the schools and help not only the schools, but the teachers, the parents, and you make it better for our community.
Thank you. And the last one, are you aware of the time, training commitments, and the ethics law required for a school board member?
Yes, I do. I come here every single month, and I do. I participate every single month.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
At this time, I will call up Michael Ann Regan.
Good evening.
Why do you want to be a board member?
I would like to be a board member because I would really like to be a part of what you guys do. I was a part of it last year. I did a lot of training and I really just started to be a great board member and my time was up. But I want to make a difference for the children. I feel like a lot of the focus is not on the children anymore, and I'd really like to bring it back there. I would like to work with every single board member and really try and see what we can do so that it's not so political, so that we can bring the focus where it needs to be with our kids.
Thank you. What specific skills would you bring to the board?
I'm a special education teacher. I've been working in the classrooms for, I want to say 18 years now. I started as a paraprofessional, and so I have so many skills. So the first thing is I know that right now, the school climate, whether you're in Elizabeth or you're in Roselle Park, a lot of the issues are exactly the same. I am familiar with the school climate because I live it every single day with the students. I am organized. I am a team player. I work with team members every single day, and I am willing to work with every single person here to get things done. I am really good at getting things done. I'm smart, I learn quickly, and I'm highly organized. I'm also great with time management, and I care deeply about the students.
Okay, thank you. What do you see as the role of a board member?
A board member is a person who works with the other members of the board to make policy for the district, as well as oversee the superintendent. They do not get to meddle in the everyday workings of the schools directly. But they get to receive feedback from the community, and they get to give feedback to the community as a group, as a collective unit.
Thank you. Your last question. Are you aware of the time, training, commitments, and ethics law required for a school board member?
Yes, I served last year, and I'm well aware.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do one more time. I'm gonna call up for, Dr. Bowman. Okay, I see that he's not here. So at this point, we will, I will ask now for a motion to go into executive.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm not sure how long it's gonna be, so we'll come out as soon as we're done deliberating. Okay, thank you. We'll be back. Sorry, do I have a motion to go back and open?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor? All right, we are back in open.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Lucy Figurito.
We have a second?
And
I would like to make a motion to table this vote until the next meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have two motions, can't have two motions at the same time. So, what I have to do is the first motion would have to we have to vote on the first one, correct? We have to vote on the first motion. Okay, so again, so what we'll do is we'll go with a roll call on the first motion. And this is for Lucy Figurito. Is that correct?
Yes.
We had a second. We had a second. So we'll start with roll call.
Vice President Paul Baimonte,
Yes.
Susan Carstorm,
No.
Dr. Whitney Kirkland,
No.
Cindy Mago,
yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Chris Monroe,
Oh.
Constance Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms.
Yes. Motion carries. Do I read the resolution now? Do I read it now? Yeah, I can read it now. Okay. This is a resolution, hand-carried resolution, whereas in November 3rd, 2020, general election, Z Infante was elected to the three-year term of the Roselle Park Board of Education expiring December 31st, 2023. And whereas on January 5th, 2023, Z Infante, this is, tenured a letter of resignation effective date, and whereas pursuant to NJSA 18A 12-15, the board is authorized to fulfill the vacancy caused by resignation of Z Infante by a majority vote of the remaining members of the Board of Education through March 11, 2023. And whereas the board has conducted interviews of potential board members and seeks to fill the vacancy in accordance with a statutory power to do so. Therefore, it be resolved that the Roselle Park Board of Education hereby appoints Lucy Figueredo as a member of the Board of Education to fill the vacancy membership caused by resignation of Z Infante effective immediately and for the unexpired term expiring on December 31st, 2023. Do I have to vote on it? What's it? We already did the voting. Right. Right. No, I can't adjourn. I have to do public portion. At this point, we will go into the public portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come forward and state your name and address, and you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Hello, Jody Foy, 429 Seton Avenue. I'm here just to speak on behalf of the Girl Scouts of Roselle Park. We're having our annual pancake breakfast fundraiser on Saturday. I wanted to thank the board and the high school staff. They've been wonderful to work with. I thank the board for allowing us to use the high school. It is this Saturday from 9 to 12. Tickets will be sold at the front door. So if you're looking for some nice pancakes made by some wonderful Girl Scouts, you can come over to the high school this Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Katie McDermott, 730 Galloping Hill Road. Mr. Harms, I watched the replay from the January 17th meeting, and I just wanted to thank you for clarifying the question I had from the January 3rd meeting. Thank you for following up. It was very much appreciated, and it really meant a lot that a question that I asked was responded to. So thank you very much. I meant to email you and thank you personally earlier, but I figured just do it in public. So thank you.
Thank you. I feel good about this now.
All right. Yeah. Well, I have something else. As I was typing up what I just said, because I get very nervous up here, so I always have to have stuff typed up. I was on the district website and I couldn't remember the dates of the meetings. And I noticed that the agendas from the January 17th and January 24th meeting are no longer publicly available on the website. I think that they're supposed to remain on the website until the minutes are ready and then get posted. So the minutes for those meetings are not available and the agenda for those meetings are not available currently on the website. And as far as I know, that has not happened before because I've had to refer to old agendas numerous times before meeting minutes were ready. And then I've got one other thing, but my phone locked. I don't know where I am on time. So in addition, when the special meeting on January 24th happened, I had a question about why the website wasn't updated with January 24th as the next meeting in big bold font, right? So when you go to the website, the next meeting is always really big up top. So the special meeting, which there was a public notice about, but that meeting was teeny tiny underneath today's meeting. So I missed it. I checked the website every Sunday night, every Monday. I didn't know that meeting had happened. And I think I have told you many times how much the parents of this town want transparency. And doing that, not having it big and bold, felt like it was a deliberate attempt to minimize the public knowing about that special meeting. So I just want to remind everybody, especially those Board of Ed members that ran on a platform of transparency, that we expect to see changes. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will make sure it's in bigger letters, but it was no intention to hide anything. I'm not sure why. Maybe somebody just hit the font thing and got smaller.
Ms. McDermott, what are the 2 dates that the agendas? Yeah. Yep, please.
The special meeting.
Right. 7th. Okay. Yep. Got it. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Frank Gagliardo, 409 Sheridan Avenue. First of all, thank you. Thank you for getting what I asked for done. I have 100 signatures in my hand for both the field and the seats for the auditorium. So thank you, first of all. One question I have though for the field is the fertilizing and seeding. If that process does not work, I'm sure it has been done in the past, yes or no? Has that process been done in the past? It has been done in the past. Okay. So being that has been done in the past, and as we can see, has not worked. So do we have a plan B? If not, I would be happy to discuss a lot of plan Bs, Cs, Ds, all the way to Z, if you would like. Please, I'm here to help, not here to hurt. I will give you guys ideas that you might not have had. If you don't take the shot, you don't make it. So please just reach out. I'll be happy to answer emails, any questions, my phone, any questions you guys have, okay? So but thank you though.
Can you hang out to the end of the meeting?
No, 100%, you got it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosangela Perez, 30 West Clay Ave. I'm sure you've heard my name before. I am Robert Gordon's Teacher of the Year, and I'm very proud of it. I love our students. I love our community. I'm here to support Principal Hanau. She is an amazing principal, and I really would love for you to see that.
Sorry,
as
can you speak up? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Thank you. So she is unique and wonderful. She has a wonderful rapport with her students, families, and staff. I think it's something that is very important to see. I have been blessed to work at out of our 3 elementary schools, Sherman and now Robert Gordon. And I have to say that the leadership is the key to providing that beautiful balance that is required to lead our teachers and guide our families and students to the overall vision of success. We are growing in diversity, and we need to have people that are thinking outside the box and able to highlight all the beautiful cultures that are here. Amazing leaders like Principal Hanau don't come around very often. The consistency that she has provided is important to see. I want to leave you with something that has best been said by Bell Hooks. A classroom community, our capacity to generate excitement is deeply affected by our interest in one another, in hearing one another's voices, in recognizing one another's presence. Let's keep strong educators that want to be in this district here, okay? Success is around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take the ride. Let's get there. Thank you.
Good evening, Janine Goodis, 152 Berwyn Street. I'm here tonight with some general questions. For many years, I have attended these meetings and questioned specific things like curriculum changes, bus issues, staffing changes, but now I find myself questioning the direction of the board itself. There are rumblings in town about certain administrators not being liked, and the schools are just not doing well. But we really should be concerned about what's going on in the background. With the new superintendent coming in soon and what seems to be a sudden abrupt decision to change attorneys, I feel like there's an agenda that's not being spoken about. Many towns in our country are dealing with hate groups infiltrating their school boards, trying to change every aspect of how and what children learn. This Moms for Liberty group bills itself as a parental freedom, but really it is a group of women who hate everyone who don't look or think like them. Anyone who's watched the news in the last year has seen the destruction that these people are causing in states like Florida, Texas, not too far away. Never before has politics played such an influence on public education as it does today. And I never knew what political party anyone on the school board was. I didn't care, but now it's clear. A quick Google search of the new attorney that was chosen will tell you that they have some experience in school board law, but they proudly advertise much more political law and noted that they have been general counsel to the New Jersey State Republican Committee. It's since been changed, but screenshots are forever. Politics should not be involved in our school board, period. I wonder how this attorney was chosen. Who suggested it? I think it's part of the greater plan. I'm here to remind all of you of how diverse our school community is. We are not the Roselle Park of the past. There are families of many different ethnicities and types. There are many students who identify as LGBTQ+. Setting an agenda to remove learning about cultural and gender differences, as we have seen time and again around the country, should not happen here. After all, we live in New Jersey. We're a very progressive state. I hope that the community questions all decisions made by this board and shows up at meetings to make sure that you feel their disapproval if that takes place. Remember, trust is easily lost and very hard to regain. It's better to not lose it in the first place. Thank you.
Good evening. Kathleen Paiva, 124 Union Road. And anyone who knows me knows I pretty much have no problem talking and have a big mouth. I'm honest and ethical, and I feel that I need to bring up two things this evening. I've lived in Roselle Park my entire life, and I attended school here. This town has always had a reputation since I was in elementary school of pushing favoritism and personal agendas. In the past, I've advocated for a few district employees and fought for the rights of employees and staff, as some on the board at the time felt that they were above the rules and had personal agendas to push out. Bear with me, I made some revisions while I was here. And I unfortunately find myself here again. First, I wanted to mention item number 4B, the termination that was mentioned earlier. And I hope, from what I'm hearing, that anyone in the district, including everyone on the board, will be held up to the same standard. If it's good for this person to be terminated for a specific reason, then that same situation needs to be applied to all. Because I can grab my phone and I can bring up things to show that things are not across the board. Secondly, I wanted to bring up going to Robert Gordon School, being a student of Robert Gordon School and both of my children going there. There were multiple principals that did not live up to the standard, that were transferred out for poor behavior, poor decisions. One principal was not paying for tuition for a family member that was in the district, and it was hidden. And then when it came out, then all of a sudden, oh yeah, it's paid, everything's fine. Mrs. Hanau, now even though my daughter's in the middle school, I'm still an active PTA member at Robert Gordon, and I wanted to come and speak and show my support for her. Being an active still Robert Gordon PTA member, the school has a piece of my heart and always will. This town is my life. When I got married, I wouldn't have stayed here if this town and this school district didn't mean everything for me to raise my family here. I see parents that are fully engaged and involved since Mrs. Hanau became principal. Fundraisers sell out, and parents are, me being part of the school since 2008 with my daughter, I had to beg parents to get involved. No one wanted to pay for fundraisers, no one volunteered. But now every PTA event is sold out. Parents come in, kids are engaged and happy. Mrs. Hanau has managed to get every family involved. Also, when I drop off my daughter at the middle school and I circle back around to head back home, I see kids smiling and running, so excited to get into the school. And they even come out with smiles on, holding up their artwork and waving goodbye to their teachers. I haven't seen the kids so excited to go to school since Mrs. Hanau came in and became principal. Test scores have increased.
I'm sorry, your time is up.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, sorry.
Just want to say that she fully has my support and I will be dropping this off and emailing it to the school.
Thank you.
Mark Fernandez, 114 Locust Street. So we heard a lot of committee reports tonight, one from Aldine, one from Sherman, none from Robert Gordon. Our representative was at our board, at our PTA meeting, along with two other representatives who decided to join from Tennessee. But Robert Gordon doesn't get the respect of a liaison because she's worried about Twitter, tweeting about school boards and how she is the warrior for the righteous right. She cares nothing about a public school. Okay? She cares nothing about public schools. She only cares about her political future. She says social emotional learning is an indoctrination. Last night, we had a presentation by a teacher and by our principal with not one board member attending. Were you unaware? If you were unaware, it's pretty bad on you if you don't know what's happening in your district, that you don't know principals are having presentations for parents in our district. It says a lot about you.
Sophia Pinto Figueroa, 619 Elm Street. Since there wasn't a report tonight for Robert Gordon, I do want to invite everyone. Tomorrow, we are having Read Across America at Robert Gordon, 6:30 in the gym. We invite everyone to come. Thank you.
Jen Jaskula, 145 West Grant Avenue. I've been in this district through 3 children. And I'm going to say tonight has probably been one of the hardest ones I've ever looked at. I've never seen such division between our staff, our administrators, our parents, and anybody else. I think it's time that we all came together and started to talk and discuss things together, instead of coming up here and making accusations, sending out emails. And there's going to be some people that don't agree with me.
She has time to speak. Please let her speak. Please let her speak.
As I said, we might not all agree, and we're going to agree to disagree. I've been up here, Mr. Garrido, Mr. Harms, Sue, Mr. Signorella in the back can say that I've been up here and said how I felt about things. But right now, this is a division that we don't need in our district. We have a culture that is starting to permeate our district because we're different. We're not different. We are the same. Our kids are the same. They don't see what we're teaching them. And I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed tonight. And I've been embarrassed this last week. And that's fine, because PTA advocates for all children, not just some, all children. That's our mission statement. And I do have one question.
The email that went out to parents throughout our district made reference to an anonymous letter that were sent by staff members. I want to understand how a parent was able to know about those letters. I've been on the receiving end of a child who has been bullied, who has been attacked in school. And the one thing that I know nothing about what the punishment for a staff, what the reprimands for staff or another student is. How all of a sudden was this made accessible to parents? I think that's the bigger question that we need to ask ourselves. And again, we might not agree, but we need to come together. I have been in every one of these elementary schools over the years, and I have never been this upset to see this. Right now, I've been through where we haven't had contracts and fought for the teachers. It's time to come together.
At this time, I will close the public portion. Just a reminder, our next meeting is on March 7th. Is it 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock? You got 7 o'clock down here. Oh, it's a budget workshop. Okay, all right. Our next meeting is March 7th. It's going to be a budget workshop and it will start at 7 o'clock. And it will be here in the auditorium here. Then after that, our regular board meeting will be on March 14th starting at 6. If we have no other comments or anything, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Have a good night, everyone.